Hey guys, today we're going to talk about setting a realistic budget for your next vacation. So most clients that come to us already have an estimated budget for their vacation, but very few create a realistic one, especially in today's day of travel. It's really unlike anything we've ever seen in the travel industry. So in years past, we would tell you a great rule of thumb deciding on a budget for your vacation is not to have your vacation be more than 10% of your annual income. That being said, we are in a completely new chapter of travel, and all of us, including agents and suppliers, we're all relearning the world of travel together. So it is a very different world when setting a budget. A good basic budget rule is called the 50-30-20 rule. I do want to say, specifically for today's world, we would tell you to create a much larger number in the beginning, so you're not really shocked or disappointed when your agent comes back with a high number. Also, try to remember that if you're going to need to book your vacation during a holiday or over a period of time that there's a school closure, it's likely that your trip is going to cost triple. That's right, triple than what it was in the past. Also, if you're a traveler that got to take advantage of some of those crazy inexpensive deals back in 2021 and even into last year, those deals, they're gone. There is absolutely nothing like that in today's world. You should not expect to see anything remotely close to those coming out of the pandemic prices where suppliers were just grabbing and, letting anyone travel for inexpensive just to get the business back. It's not a thing anymore. So let's talk about the 50-30-20% rule. 50% of your budget should be created for your mode of transportation and your accommodations. If you all have no idea what air pricing is like in today's world, like if you haven't flown recently, if you haven't checked on flight prices, do yourself and your agent a favor and make up a random trip or look at, what you're looking for before you speak to an agent. Because honestly, the pricing for air is shocking. We're very transparent. We don't sugarcoat anything. Air is not fun in today's world. That being said, everyone is paying it. So because everyone is paying it, we're still seeing suppliers and airlines charging whatever they want because we're still seeing historic amounts of travel. 30% of your budget should be put aside for your food, give or take, depending on what type of food you're going to be eating or where you're going to be going. This is where most clients' budget goes wrong because most people do not know how much to put aside realistically for meals. The other part to this is that not all destinations are created equally when it comes to food pricing. For example, places like Vegas, where I was just last week, or Hawaii, they have some of the most expensive food pricing anywhere in the world, versus if you're going to maybe an all-inclusive or a cruise. So, budgeting your money for the 30% for your food, it really depends on where you're going. So you definitely want to talk to your agent and ask any questions that you might have pertaining to, what the food pricing may cost on your vacation. 20% of that budget should be put aside for incidentals like tips, resort fees, and anything unexpected. We do a lot of tipping, again, depending on where you're going. Some places, if you're going to do like sandals, they say they're not allowed to take tips, even though we've always tipped when we've gone, versus maybe going someplace where you're going to have to tip a lot of drivers and activity leaders and things like that. So, I would say it's safe to say to maybe put about $50 to $100 a day aside for those incidentals, again, depending on the destination and obviously where you're going to be staying and all of that. A trip to Europe is going to be much different tipping wise than it is, like I said, to be at an all-inclusive. Last but not least, although all of that adds up to 100%, we do also suggest putting some money aside for your vacation in case an emergency pops up. Because even if you have travel insurance, most, if not all, travel insurance plans require you to put the money out first, and then you file a claim to get reimbursed. We were in Mexico 2 weeks ago. Our flight was canceled. We had to stay overnight. We ended up booking a hotel. You have to put out money for the hotel. You have to put out money for food and things of that nature. Sometimes you don't have access to your suitcase because the airline still has it, so you need to purchase clothes or toothpaste and things like that. That's all stuff that, although the insurance company usually will reimburse you with your claim, you do have to put the money out first. So it's very important to have some money set aside even after your budget for those emergencies. Now, if you're interested in learning more about what we suggest at Star Stuff Travel for a budget, realistically, please reach out. We would love to send you an article that we have written on budgeting, as it's so important to create an amazing vacation and a vacation that you can feel good about when you leave, and most importantly when you come home, so you're not really stressed about all the money that you spent. So hope this helped, and definitely reach out if you'd like to read that article. Have a great day.